What's the one thing we're not talking about that we should be?
Gynofascism. I figured you'd make that look. It's something I've been...
Yeah, that's because they're blue-pilled. They have no idea.
Thinking about a lot over the last 20 years. We need more women in positions of power. We need more women making the calls and calling the shots. We need a woman president. We need a woman prime minister. We need more.
That's not supremacist at all, is it? It's all about equality, remember? It's so Orwellian, the messaging.
Feminine presence, everywhere. And LA is mostly women.
See how he said that? Everywhere. You need their presence everywhere. More needs to be done, says the UN constantly, and institutions like that.
City council, we have a female mayor, and we don't get anything done. And I started to really think about there's a difference between the male brain and the female brain. And the male brain.
Yeah. That's one is based and the other not so much. I'm not saying which is which, you can figure it out.
And wants to do stuff go, go, go. If you want to know the difference between the male brain and the female brain, Karen Bass and Donald Trump got together 3 days after the fires. And Donald Trump was like, let's get going. Move. Clean up those lots. Let's get building. And she was like, slow it down. Slow it down. She is a process person, and women are more likely to be process people. They talk. They want to talk it out.
Because, man is action, but the opposite end of the aisle is stop and smell the roses. Okay? It's about activity and rest. Okay? The best analogy is like a particle and a wave from quantum physics, okay? One of it is just potential, and the other one is it takes shape, it exists only if you observe it. If you don't, it's only in a potential, it might happen. It's a potential timeline, it's a potential reality, but it only happens when you actually observe it, all right? I mean, quantum physics, God works in mysterious ways. It's kind of contradictory. It's crazy how that works, but the experiments have shown that that's how it is. So that's how yin and yang basically works. That's the perfect analogy of it, all right? Yin is oh, okay, maybe. Yeah, we'll think about it. Let's set up a meeting to discuss the previous meeting we had about how the other meeting went, which was originally about the first meeting, okay? 4 meetings stacked on top of each other, and not, I mean, I'm being facetious, I'm sort of exaggerating for effect, but it's it's almost that bad sometimes, right? Because he's describing real life stuff, which is pretty much so bad, it's comical. But there you go. Destruction of civilization in real time.
I'm going to work there, I'm going to have a meeting, and then we're going to break off and have another meeting, and then we're going to put together a blue ribbon panel. And so in LA, we have a homeless problem. And the homeless problem keeps getting worse every year, but we keep having more conversations and more panels and more groups, but it's mostly women.
Yeah, because discussing a problem is actually going to fix it, isn't it? Genius. More needs to be done. We need 50-50 representation in every single thing that exists on the planet.
And nothing ever gets enacted. And we are heading toward a society that used to be men to...
Used to be based, and things actually used to get done, and it was meritocratic, and people actually earned their positions in life through competence. I had to say those words loudly because people that are 30 and under today have never heard these words, earned and meritocratic.
Testosterone. And by the way, I'm not making this up. You're going to see more articles and stuff coming out that the feminine mind is different, and the feminine mind is also satiated by actually discussing the thing. So if we're sitting...
Well, I'll one-up him and say, I won't say it's different. I refer you to the Carl Jung-ism of One of them is logos, the other one is eros. So only one of them is associated with mind, which is the logos. The other one, not so much. You can Google it further, because YouTube doesn't want me to spit facts, so I'm kind of walking on eggshells here with this, but you know. Logos and eros. It's not like logos and a different version of logos. It's just purely, one of them is logic, the other one isn't.
Here, and you know, you're going, we should take this and move this wall and do a thing. The feminine mind actually feels like we did something, whereas the male mind is like...
So it's like, it's basically living in the abstract. That's why I said it's like a wave and particle. Like, it's like it's one of them, I don't remember now which, the wave or the particle, is the abstract, like I said before. That's like, it only exists in potential until the more based one actually acts upon it and puts things into reality, into the 3D world. Just thinking and talking about it, things like, I wonder, gee, look at that. We need to put up those curtains one of these days. Yeah, sure, we'll do it at some point. It would be nice to. What do you think? Should we put them up what day? On Monday or Tuesday, perhaps? We'll discuss it again tomorrow. You know, instead of just doing the thing. Okay? It's like, it's right there. You can see it in front of your eyes. Do it. Don't talk about doing it. This is what he's trying to get at.
Like, we haven't done anything. We just keep talking about this thing that we're not doing, and it's frustrating versus satiating. So the feminization is causing a huge shift in our culture. We just got crushed by COVID, especially in Los Angeles, because we had a female health director. And by the way, men can be stricken with this. Gavin Newsom's a pussy, and Eric Garcetti, our former mayor. Justin Trudeau thinks like a chick. You can tell, watch them cross their legs. Watch Obama and Trudeau and Newsom. When they cross their legs, it's a full chick. And they're signaling, they're presenting. They're going, I have chick dick. So it's a thing.
Did he just say chick dick? I love that. It's my new favorite word, new favorite term. Yeah, didn't Trudeau make up that horrendous Orwellian word, people kind or something? I mean, why are these people taking our oxygen when there's 8 billion people on Earth apparently? Why do we need an extra person stealing oxygen? People that think like that say these things.
It's happening. It's going to happen, and it will fuck up our society, because if something like COVID comes around, their plan is nobody leaves their house, shut all the schools. I'm done here. That's not how do we work. How do we deal with the danger? Dealing with the danger is shut down. Barbara Ferrer, the health, whatever, crazy.
Because the considerably less based side, sorry, I'm just, I mean, the unprecedented levels of attack that men receive in the Western world. I mean, the amount of pushback you're seeing from men on the internet is 10% what it should be. So I don't think I'm saying anything controversial at all. We should actually ramp it up to create a parity. More needs to be done. We need 50-50, we need the equivalent amount of, pro-male activism and organizations as we have for the other side. So, hey, 50-50, equality. So, I'm doing my part. It's just, like I said, the considerably less based side, they value safety and security above, actually getting shit done. Okay, that's why that's like objectively, it's objectively the case that is not based. Like it literally is the lesser choice. It's the wrong choice. It's literally the wrong choice. Okay, it's the second best choice. Okay, the best thing is to value truth and action and getting things done, because we are in the physical realm, in the 3D realm. We live in the realm where you have to do, actually, for anything to happen. Like if we didn't do, like if farmers didn't make food, we would starve. If you don't cook, if you don't go and shop and cook the food, you're going to starve. You can't just say, well, I'm hungry. It'd be rather nice if I could get some food right now, but I really don't want to take any action to make that happen, you see. So like extrapolate that out. Like, it's a silly analogy, but I'm just saying take that attitude civilization-wide, expand it outward, there would be no civilization. So, you know, putting safety and groupthink and security above actually getting things done and doing things properly and having a proper meritocracy and putting actually the most competent person for the job in the job. If those things are not the most important things in a civilization, it's no good. It's going to go the way of Rome, which is what's happening now to the West. But people who don't think like me, who don't understand what I'm saying now or what Adam Carolla is saying, they'll be like, oh, that's hate speech. You know, they confuse hate with truth, I think, for some reason. It's part of not being based. That's also part of not being based. Not understanding constructive criticism or the pursuit of truth. Not recognizing that the pursuit of truth is the most important goal ever that any human can have. Okay, or it should be anyway. Ideally, it should be. God, you know, God. If you ask God Himself, He would say, "Well, of course, the pursuit of truth is the number one thing to strive for, not whether, okay, well, that study that we did is true, but I mean, if it hurts people's feelings, we can't really talk about it, and we need to cancel the person that did it." You know, like that man that the co-discoverer of DNA. You know, he lost his Nobel Prize or whatever it was in biology or whatever, and they took it from him after the fact. It's like, oh my God, scientist, you know, breaking news, scientist proves that the sky is blue. Cancel him immediately. Okay? So that's a yin mentality. Okay? It's like a feminine version of tyranny. All right? And it's worse than the overt fascist type of masculine authoritarian, you know, top-down pyramidal control. The other version is actually worse, and we're starting to, increasingly, more and more, we are living it, and it's getting more and more like that in the West.
Witch who ran this town, her plan was just shut it down. Rochelle Walensky, CDC, just no nothing. Just shut it all down. And by the way, lie if you have to keep it shut down. So there is a gynofascism that's...
Yeah, because like I said, for some reason, hence why the only explanation I can find is, well, they're less based. They don't have truth as the absolute number one ideal in life. Like, no matter what, you know, truth even should be more important than your life. Okay, like you know, rather would die for the truth. Basically, that is the actual thing to do. Okay, and anyway, I don't want to keep going because this is. They should rename this platform to something that rhymes with YouTube. Anyway, I'll figure it out. We need to find a very derogatory name for this platform.
Sort of coming. And it was a lot of years of like, well, if we just had women in charge, we wouldn't have wars, we wouldn't have crime, we'd have a better society. People would, no, it is not.
You know, we all fell for that back in the day. Not Will Ferrell, what's his name? Farrell, that doctor who was a feminist in the 70s. And then he gently became, you know, he's like a very soft-spoken, gentle... He's saying all the stuff I'm saying, and Adam Carolla is saying, but he's saying it in a very beta way, so it doesn't get cancelled. See, this is the world we live in. You have to speak like that to not get cancelled. But he realized at some point that you know, boys and men are very much disadvantaged. But like him, I'm 50 now, but like in my 20s, when I had the misfortune of living in Melbourne. One of the most communist, feminist places on earth. I kind of bought it. I'm like, okay, because you do it through a humanist lens. It's not like, well, are you pro-man or pro-woman? It's like, well, are you pro-human rights, pro-equality, all this. I call it BS now. I did not at the time.
The final war is over. An ancient age and evil rises, and the battle for humanity's soul has just begun.
But the thing, what happens is, because if you're not based, you'll think, oh, this is hatred of some group or other. But, like those NPC reactions to constructive criticism and to objective facts, that's your NPC if you react like that. The proper reaction would be, okay, do you have the data? Show me your stats, show me your figures. The stats seem to show that what you're saying seems, on a large enough population level, seems to be true. And the truth I'm referring to is that when you do set up a society where less and less men control the major institutions, you start seeing it's actually becoming worse than the worst fascist government controlled by a strongman, classic strongman figure. The alternative, the thing that Adam Carolla is describing here, would be worse because it's very subtle and sneaky and way more dangerous. Okay, so the fascist approach is direct in your face. It's yang, it's in your face, it's solar, whereas the other approach is lunar. It's like behind the scenes, it's like subtle, it's like the underground stream, you don't see it right in your face. It's not like stormtroopers out in the streets imposing 8 p.m. curfews, cop, military guy on every corner. It's more like cancellation, like you say the wrong thing, you'll never get a job again. You say the wrong thing, if it's extremely wrong, especially if you're criticizing a certain group in the Middle East, you can even get debanked. What the fuck is that? How is that not actually worse than a full-on military dictatorship situation? Because the military dictatorship, let me tell you, I'm too young to have lived it. Anyway, I was not born in Greece anyway, but we have very well known, internationally well known by a lot of people. We had the military junta in Greece here in the 70s for, I don't know what was it? It was ended in the mid-70s, mid-74, I believe, 75. That's when I was born, in Melbourne. I know, guys, I'll be okay. I'll get over it eventually with a lot of therapy. Having had any association with Melbourne would lead anybody to the psychiatrist's couch immediately. So anyway, the point is the military junta, I don't know, I never knew how to pronounce that, in Greece. It lasted for about 5 years, and the communists of course were bitching, and there was a lot of negative propaganda against it. When I was younger I thought, oh, it's really bad, blah blah blah. But in my later years, I live in Greece now again, so I've had a lot of conversations in the past 5-6 years that I've been here. A lot of people are starting to come around and are saying, things actually used to get done then, and if you were a good citizen, like you would be anyway, like even if you're living in a liberal democratic country, you would more or less still abide by the law. Okay, most people are law-abiding citizens. You would also be similar. You would also behave similar if there was like a military dictatorship, the military sort of doing a coup and taking over the government, which a lot of governments do deserve. They do deserve that to happen to them, especially nowadays. If you're a law-abiding citizen, which most people are, no matter, irrespective of whether they're living under this soft communism we're living in now in the West, or an actual right-wing dictatorship or whatever, the cops are not going to necessarily harass you unless you're a communist or something, in which case They should. I mean, communists are not people, right? Everyone knows that. Or people with a brain. No, anyway. So, I mean, that's good that they're harassing them. But if you're not a far leftist, like, no one's going to be like, I mean, if you're going out and like agitating and breaking things and burning things and stuff, or just doing bad stuff in general, well, maybe you should get your ass kicked by a strong man, all right? But the thing we're living now, the thing he's describing here, like I said, cancel. I mean, when has it ever happened that people literally lost bank accounts under the worst strongman, fascist, quote unquote, regimes? This is unprecedented. It's only in the past, however long it's been, decade, or probably not even. Cancellations at this level it's actually frightening. Okay, so it actually is far worse because the truth itself suffers. Okay, because it's this tendency, like he said, they have a tendency to lie, to sort of massage the statistics, the facts, in order to get their perfect little bubble, their perfect little world where they're safe. Because like I said, safety and security is the number one thing, which is very wrong. That should be the second or the third thing. The first thing always should be truth. Higher truth, okay? No matter where it leads us, all right? So this is why a particular group have always been in control, and also in the animal kingdom you see it, okay? But the other side does not see. It's like they think hierarchy is a social construct or something, which it's not. Because if you look at nature, it's hierarchical, okay? So we need to we can't bring it back completely, but we need to bring it back as much as we can within the parameters that we have now in the early 20th century, to make it more traditional than it is now, kind of like a blend of the old, like pre-50s type of traditional societies and families, with a bit of a mix of modernity and so on. I mean, boss babes and so on will still exist, people of all kinds will be able to go to university and to drive and to get jobs. I mean, they're not going to be chained, not going to chain them in the house. But the way it is now, I swear to God, because I had to do like a lengthy explanation about the differences between like the worst case scenario in a fascist type of situation versus what we are in now, okay, which is like a much worse version of the strong man, the outwardly aggressive fascistic strongman regime, versus what we have now, because it's much more insidious now, because you don't see it. You're like, oh, that's fine, because it's all based on kindness, so-called, apparent kindness and love and acceptance and inclusivity. But then if you don't agree with everything, literally everything that they believe, they exclude you. So it's fake inclusivity, right? So that's tyranny, all right? But it's just a different flavor. It's like a different side to the coin. Or more like, not the other side of the coin, it's more like a negative. It's like a photographic negative, this version. So it's like an inverse, okay, like a mirror image of it, but far worse, because it's insidious, because you don't see it coming. The other one is like in your face, it's like a dog barking at you, and you're like, okay, I know not to approach. But this version of tyranny we're living in now in the West, it's like this sweet little cat that you think, oh, look at this harmless little cat, and then you approach it and it's like, and it scratches your eyes out without warning. So this is kind of like what he's describing, all right?
Los Angeles is basically run by women and is run into the ground. And there's a problem. There's going to continue to be a problem, and we'll see it growing. You'll see more articles on it. There'll be more tests on it, and it'll be less, oh, Adam is just spouting off because he's a misogynist. No, it's a mindset. It's a female mindset and a male.
So, okay, so if someone says, well, no, listen, trust me, bro, the sky is blue. Look, Are you a skyist if you say that? I mean, we're just saying it's the truth. All right. So fuck people that call us names because they can't handle objective facts. I mean, what? I just said repeatedly in the video. Truth is the highest ideal, the highest thing we can possibly, an intelligent species can strive for. Of course. What else would it be? What else? Tell me. Maybe I don't know. Maybe you can enlighten me in the comments, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think you'll find any higher ideal than truth. All right. So those who attack people for speaking the truth, that's evil. It's an evil act.
Mindset, and it's skewing toward the female, and our society is going to suffer.
So there was a lady who wrote a viral article about this called Helen Andrews.
Yeah.
Society is not only going to suffer, Mr. Adam Carolla, it's going to be destroyed. It will be destroyed if this trend keeps growing. But thankfully it's not, because even intelligent people are writing articles like the one they're going to mention.
I take it you read it.
I did, because everyone sent it to me,
Right.
because they went, this is what you've been saying for 20 years, and we're here.
Yeah, so it's the only difference. The only difference is that we saw it earlier, okay? We said, okay, this is going to happen. This is what's happening if you keep removing men from the important decision-making centers in society, in important, influential positions, education, politics, so on. And they're like, oh, you just don't want a particular group to have power because you're afraid of... It's always that. It's always like, you're afraid of a strong... No. First of all, if you're too strong, it's like you're annoying because you're combative constantly. It's like constantly arguing every tiny little point. It's like I say something. It's like, hey, can you help me move the thing? Can you give me the thing? Don't tell me what to do. And I'm independent. And I'm like, oh, not again. I haven't been through that. I'm just sort of... I'm acting it out now, but I'm just telling you, from examples I've seen from other people and stuff that I've heard. People I know, not online stuff. So we just saw it because we're based, like I said in the beginning of the video, one side is more based than the other because we're more grounded in reality. Of course that's based. I mean, what is the alternative of not being grounded in reality? You're delusional? There's like a sliding scale, like a 1 to 10 scale of how delusional are you exactly. Even if you're at level 3, it's still pretty bad. It should be 0. And we just saw it because we see stuff. People of my biological makeup, we are designed to see things as is. Okay, it's like, whoa, look at that. That piece of wood there needs cutting. Well, I should just go with my axe and just chop it. You don't just sit there and say, how am I going to do this? Do you reckon we should cut it? Maybe we might need, if we don't do it now, we're going to run out by tomorrow and we need the log for the fireplace. Just do it, or get someone to do it, or find an alternative solution. Just stop talking about it and thinking about it and going on, making, like he was jokingly saying before. Setting up committees to discuss the previous committee's decision on the first committee. So we just saw it 20 years earlier. But if you're ahead of your time, if you see things that most people don't, people are going to say you're crazy or hateful or whatever. And now, intelligent women like Helen Andrews are writing articles on it and saying, look, wokeism is basically what happens to institutions when they start becoming majority female. Basically, it's what the gist of the article. I just explained the entire article to you in one sentence.
We're going here, and you go, oh, Adam, you're such a douche, knuckle dragging misogynist. No, women are writing articles on
what? Just because you said the truth? What? Literally what?
this. There is a difference between men and women, and there's a balance, and it's a good balance. It's a husband and
one of them usually loves the truth, the other one not as much. Not at all, but not as much. They don't put it as number one usually.
a wife and a child and a home. When you skew it too far the other direction, the feminine direction, there's going to be consequences. That's going to be our future.
When he's saying consequences, he's talking about civilization over, barbarians at the gate. To fix this, dismantle the system now, yesterday, okay? especially get him out of education and politics. Those two things, absolutely, immediately, yesterday, right now. Okay. Anyway, so I think this has gone long enough. I'm trying my best to make my reaction videos, period, as short as possible. So I hope you enjoy. I've got a different setup this time because I'm visiting my parents. Different background, no green screen, but yeah. If you enjoyed, and you got something out of this, if you have anything to comment on, if you think it helped you, it fits in with your experiences, let me know below. Share it, send it to a friend, subscribe for more if you like this type of channel. I'm going to be saying stuff like this constantly from now on, and follow me on social media, especially on Twitter. It's my favorite hangout. I don't go there as much now, but it is the best place to be for now. So I'll see you around soon. Thanks for watching.